Hello, my name is Troy Espy. I'm a librarian here at UW-Stevens Point. My contact information is on the screen, and I encourage you to reach out if you have questions or need any help finding sources. We are going to explore the research-informed practice assignments. For those assignments, you will write a summary of a peer-reviewed article and your thoughts on that article. Now, the peer-reviewed article has some requirements. First, the article must be specific to social work practice. Now, for the first assignment, the article must deal with child welfare or the mental health field. Then, later in the semester, you will repeat this assignment by finding articles specific to the medical field, school social work, and substance abuse. The articles also must meet these conditions. They must be published in the last 10 years, and they must be specific to social work in the United States. I will show you library databases in which you can search and filter your results to these parameters. You still will need to read the articles closely to determine if they meet the criteria. I encourage you to check with the professor if you're unsure if an article meets all the requirements. But what is a peer-reviewed article? In short, it's a research article written by experts and verified by fellow experts, meaning that it's peer-reviewed before publication. The peer review process is rigorous. I've been through it 3 times. It's not a lot of fun. It's kind of like academic hazing. In the process, an expert or experts, because a peer-reviewed medical article might have more than 10 authors, submits a research article to an academic journal. The journal then sends the article to other experts in that same field. Those reviewers either reject or, more commonly, ask for revisions to the article. Only until the reviewers accept the article will it be published. It's an exhausting back and forth process that takes months or sometimes years. Some academic journals accept only about 5% of article submissions. So you have the same chance of getting published in a prestigious journal as you do getting accepted into Harvard. But it's this grueling peer-reviewed process that lends credibility to the article. Just because something is published in an academic journal doesn't mean it's peer-reviewed. There are always exceptions. These are some of them. Academic journals sometimes publish editorials which are about a page or 2 long. You might think of them as an essay or a column or commentary. Basically, someone, sometimes the journal itself, is expressing an opinion on a topic. Editorials aren't peer-reviewed. Peer-reviewed research articles seldom, if ever, express an opinion. Book reviews also aren't peer-reviewed. Book reviews are about a paragraph long, highlighting new books that have been published in that field. And finally, letters to the editor, which are similar to the comments section under an online newspaper or magazine article. Letters are about a 1-paragraph reaction from a reader expressing an opinion about an article that was published previously in the journal. In 1980, the New England Journal of Medicine, which is one of the most prestigious journals in the world, published this letter to the editor. Although this letter was published more than 40 years ago, we're still dealing with the fallout today. This letter inadvertently sparked a public health crisis. This letter claims that less than 1% of patients become addicted to opioids. When Purdue Pharma developed OxyContin, it used this letter to market the painkiller. Well, this letter wasn't peer-reviewed, and we know now that OxyContin is highly addictive. So how do you identify a peer-reviewed article? Well, here are some clues. Peer-reviewed articles are published in academic journals which have unfamiliar names. You are not going to see these journals in the magazine rack at the grocery store or Walgreens. Peer-reviewed articles typically are at least 5 pages long, but oftentimes much longer. Peer-reviewed articles are written by experts, and the target audience is fellow experts. So peer-reviewed articles usually contain technical language with lots of jargon that can be difficult to understand. Finally, peer-reviewed articles always contain a bibliography. Now there definitely could be some gray area. For example, the opioid letter would have met most of these criteria. So don't be afraid to ask a librarian or your professor if you're unsure. We're happy to give you our professional opinion. In the online library guide, which I'll show you next, is a handout from APA Style. The handout explains elements commonly found in peer-reviewed articles. I encourage you to refer to this handout as you explore peer-reviewed articles. To help you find peer-reviewed articles, I've created an online guide for this assignment. The direct link is on the screen. If you use this guide, you should be able to find peer-reviewed articles. Now, everything on this guide can be accessed on campus or off campus. If you're off campus, you will be prompted to log in with your normal UWSP password. Before we look for peer-reviewed articles, I want to show you how to get in touch with UWSP librarians to get help with your research assignments in this class or any class. So on the course guide, I'm going to go up here to the right under the Help tab and click on Help. And then I'm going to select Ask a Librarian. Select that now. And then these are all the different ways that you can get in touch with UWSP librarians. You can come see us in person. We have reference desks on all 3 campuses. You can just drop in. You do not need an appointment. You don't have to come in at all if you don't want to. You can reach us by email, by phone, by text, or chat. If you prefer to make an appointment, you can. It's a simple web form, and you can choose to meet us one-on-one either via Zoom or in person. So please do reach out if you have any questions or need any help finding sources. We are going to look first in Search at UW. Search at UW is the library catalog, or you can think of it as the library's main search engine. Search at UW is a fantastic place to find peer-reviewed articles because more than 100,000 academic journals feed into Search at UW, giving you access to millions upon millions of peer-reviewed articles. You can filter to peer-reviewed journals in one click, and I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. It gets even better. Every article in Search at UW is full text. In fact, you can download the PDFs of many peer-reviewed articles in just one click. Even better, every article in Search at UW is free. So don't pay $40 on Google for a peer-reviewed article. You can get it free through Search at UW, or you always can ask a librarian and we'll send you the article for free. Please don't pay. We are back at the course guide, and Search at UW is right at the top. I'm going to enter some search terms in Search at UW, and I'll explain as I go along. First, I'm going to enter social work practice, and you'll notice that I use quotation marks because I want those 3 words, excuse me, as a phrase. I want those 3 words together in that order. This also works with Google and pretty much any search engine. Next, I am going to enter capital AND because I want to add more search terms. So now I'll add the phrase mental health, again using quotes because I want those words together in that order. And now I'm going to add another capital AND, and then I'm going to enter the phrase United States, again using quote marks. So basically, I'm telling Search at UW that I want it to find sources that contain all 3 phrases, social work practice and mental health and United States. Now I'm going to click on the search icon. and I get over 600 results. Okay, so far so good. However, we're looking specifically for peer-reviewed articles. So I am going to filter these results to peer-reviewed in one click. So over in the left column under Refine My Results, I'm going to go down here to Show Only, and I'm going to click on the Peer-Reviewed Journals filter. I'm going to apply that filter now. And I still get over 490 results, okay? But remember, we want articles published in the last 10 years, so I'm going to filter again. In the left column, under Refine My Results, I'm going to scroll down here to Creation Date, okay? And then I'm going to change the years to 2015 to 2025, and then I'm going to click on the Refine button. And that leaves us with 205 results. Now, if we scroll through these results, you are going to notice a purple peer-reviewed icon under every article, and that's because all of these articles were published in peer-reviewed journals. Now, you're also going to notice under most of these articles, there is a download PDF button. It's actually that simple. Let me show you. So let's say we wanted the full text of this article, providing mental health care for the complex older veteran, okay? We could get the full text PDF in one click by clicking on this link here, download PDF. I'm going to click on that now. Now, if you click that link from off campus, you will be prompted to log in with your normal UWSP password. So I clicked on download PDF, and there are all 8 pages of the article as a PDF, and I didn't pay $40 on Google to get this peer-reviewed article. When you find a peer-reviewed article, read the abstract first. So the abstract is going to be at the top of the article. The abstract is a summary of the article. When you read the abstract, make sure the study was conducted in the United States and make sure that it pertains to social workers. For the Research Informed Practice assignment, you must cite your sources in APA style. Search at UW and most library databases will generate the citation for you. I'll demonstrate. So in Search at UW, you want to click on the quote mark above the article you're citing. So I'm going to click on that quote mark now. And then you will notice that the default is APA 7th edition, which is what you're using for this assignment. So then you want to copy and paste this citation into the assignment. Do check for errors or ask a librarian to check the citation for you. You can search for peer-reviewed articles in library databases, or you can search directly within peer-reviewed journals themselves from the field of social work. Through the UWSP libraries, you can access social work journals individually, which allows you to browse for articles that might interest you. You can also search in social work journals one at a time. Now, when you do that, you typically get fewer results, but the results often are closer to your topic. This helps when you're suffering from information overload, like when you search Google, Google Scholar, or even search at UW. By accessing a single social work journal, it can be easier to sift through results to find a peer-reviewed article that will work for the assignment. Let's try it. On the course guide, I've listed some social work journals. These are direct links to them. If you're off campus, you will be prompted to log in with your UWSP password to access these journals. I am going to click on the journal Child and Family Social Work. I'll click on that now. And this is the journal. So if I click on the search bar, you're going to notice that I'm only searching this one journal. I'm not searching 100,000 journals like I did in Search at UW. So in the search bar, I am going to enter the keywords substance use and United States, And then I am going to click on the search button. And you'll notice that I get 76 results. However, I want articles published within the last 10 years. So over here in the left column, under publication date, I'm going to switch these years to 2015 to 2025, and then I'm going to click on the Go button. Click on that now. And that still leaves us with 70 results, which are fewer than Search at UW and potentially less overwhelming. So I can browse the articles and choose one that looks good to me. Just click on the title. There is the full text. If I prefer the PDF, which I typically do, I'm going to click on the PDF icon. And then there is all 11 pages of that peer-reviewed article as a PDF. You do want to read the abstract closely to make sure it meets all the assignment's requirements. You can generate the APA citation in this journal, but it's kind of hidden. To get the APA citation, click on Tools and then choose Export Citation, which I'll do now. And then under How to Cite, it doesn't say it, but this actually is the APA citation, which you can then copy and paste. Do check the citation for errors or ask a librarian to check it for you. For the assignment, you will need to cite the peer-reviewed articles in APA style. So on the course guide, I placed a few links to help you with the citation style. This third link here, this is a handout created by the UWSP libraries, but I actually prefer the second link here from the official APA style website because you're citing only one type of source, peer-reviewed journal articles. So if I click on that link, which I'll do now, it jumps directly to an example for a journal article cited in APA style. Because the assignments require you use only journal articles, you should be able to follow this example. Make sure to follow this example precisely because there are a number of unusual formatting rules in APA style. If you get confused or would like someone to check your citations, UWSP librarians are happy to help. Thank you for watching this video. Please contact me if you have any questions or need any help finding or citing sources.